music is cancer. So this right here is a package that I've recently received from Sovereign Playing Cards. This is the same person who is in charge of this deck right here, which I don't know if you guys have seen before. I'm pretty sure I've used in a video, and it's with this whoever the fuck that guy is, DMC. This is a marked deck of cards. I've used it before. It's one of my favorite marked decks. So the person in charge of Sovereign Playing Cards sent me a package of their new deck for me to review. I want to say thank you. I would suck your dick if I had the chance, but seeing that this is from the United Kingdom, unless your dick can span the reach of 2,000 miles, then unfortunately you have to wait till I go there. Well, anyways, this is a deck that I've been wanting to look at for a long time because the previous deck was one of my favorite decks. The deck, in fact, has a marking system so clever that you could read it from across the room without any sort of glasses, or even if you are fucking blind. So I think that that's one of the great benefits of that marked deck. So this one, I've been told, is the same deck with a couple improvements in a different color. So we're going to take a little look at that once we get this out of the package. Well, so far the box looks nice. That's fantastic. Thank you, sir, for Sovereign Playing Cards. Please make sure to check out their website, sovereignplayingcards.com. If you guys have the opportunity to buy decks directly from them, that'd be fantastic. Thank you for sending me this deck. So also, a great bonus to this deck so far, already right off the bat, is that there is no wrapping around the deck. There's no wrapping. So one of the issues that I often have, even though I've been doing fucking tricks for 15 fucking years, is that I still cannot open the wrapper around playing cards. Even if somehow you had a gun to my head and told me, unwrap this, if not, I'm going to blow your head through the fucking wall. So you'd still pretty much kill me if you told me to unwrap that shit. So anyway, so far right off the bat, I really like that. In comparison to the old deck, this one's red, this one's black. It's fucking dark. There you go. So this deck is red, this deck is black, this is the old one. I love this deck. So if they said that they made improvements to this and on top of that made it in red, there's no way this deck can go wrong. And just when I thought there was no fucking wrapping on this shit, it's alright, it's okay. I got this. I got this. Son of a bitch. I knew, it was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. I got this. Got it. Alright, there you go. So this deck so far, let's take out the wrapper. Son of a bitch. So it looks very similar to the old deck. Let me hold that in comparison here. You got the black deck and then you got the red deck here. So I'm not going to say what the markings are. If you want, email them, or you know what, buy the deck if you want to know what the markings are. I'm sure you can find it online if you haven't already. Just know that it's fucking clever as shit. It's integrated into the back design of the cards. I'm going to have some sort of one of these MQBHD sort of setups right now. Hopefully you guys should be seeing the deck and its many different aspects. You guys are going to be seeing some fucking legitimate shots of this deck right now. But as far as what it brings, you got the elites. Yeah, that's the marking system right there. I shouldn't show that. But you have some sort of a card with the information on it. You have two jokers, and one of them brings a revelation of a 2 of hearts right there. If you can see that, that's fucking phenomenal. The rest of the cards are pretty much on point with regular cards. There's nothing too special about them. As a matter of fact, they look like the what's the old Cartamundi. There you go. That's what they look like. They have that sort of stock. Now the special part is the cards themselves. So the markings are extremely easy to read. You could see pretty much the marking from Ray Charles. Could see the markings, and he's dead and black. So for this one, the markings are fantastically legible. If there's one thing that I hate about a marked deck, is that these companies think they're clever in disguising little aspects of the card in a way that's so small that you need a microscope not only to see their dicks, but you need a microscope to see the fucking reading. What you need is a deck of cards that anyone can shuffle and you could read the backs without looking like you're fucking reading the backs. So this is a great job at that. 2 of clubs. You can see that without even having to put effort. This one, 3 of hearts, fantastic. The markings are so fucking obvious. King of diamonds on top. So, right off the bat, the markings are very similar to the old one, so I recommend it already. Definitely go and pick one up. They're pretty cheap for a marked deck. They're about, I think, $10, $10 to $12, depending if you buy a lot. That's one aspect also that I hate with marked decks, because the price is oftentimes way too fucking expensive. But this is a reasonable price. You could go through these decks and you're going to pay the same shit you would pay for an Illusionist or Theory 11 deck that is not marked or is not gimmicked in any way. So right off the bat, should I bring the rating system back? Yeah, you know what? This is going to get 2 saws. 2 fucking saws. That's what this deck is definitely going to get. So I highly recommend it. I think everyone should pick this up. If you're going to pay $10 for fucking cards that have some sort of bullshit design that you think looks interesting, why not just pay $10 for a deck that's marked? So regardless of whatever card they pick, you have the insurance to know that you know what the fucking card is. King of Hearts. There's no reason not to pick shit up. And at the same time, if you pick up the old one, you get to see this guy, which is not only great material if you're lacking material to masturbate, but you could also put him on your bedside table to intimidate any sort of girls. You don't want girls in your bedside. So you put the shit on your bedside and you're going to fucking scare them away. So that is definitely recommended. So am I missing anything? No, the deck brings the markings right here. I don't want to show you because that'd be exposure. And I don't want to do that because the guy was so gracious enough to send me this deck for free. So I really do not want to expose that. However, once again, this deck gets my recommendation. Fucking buy it. If at all, just to jerk off to this guy.
Again, when I see you 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 again.